Facebook fam. I am Top Cat Productions, Kaba Kashif Muhammad, LLRC, Light and Life Rebuilding Center. And I have a testimony to give to all nations. A testimony, victory speech, and order of demand to all nations. Stay tuned. Assalamu alaikum, Facebook fam. This is Top Cat Productions, Kaba Kashif Muhammad, LLRC, Light and Life Rebuilding Center. A center of hope and salvation for all nations. This is my testimony against the nation's victory speech. He, Allah God, brought universal truth to the United States in 1930. When Allah God came to us in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, he taught the Honorable Elijah Muhammad for 3.5 years universal law, the law that governs the universe, the will of Allah. Okay, this is the will of Allah. This is universal truth here that we're dealing with. This is universal order. This is universal law that governs the earth, the universe. This is the law of the land. This is the understanding of the times and what must be done that he gave the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He gave the Honorable Elijah Muhammad the measurements of the earth. He gave the Honorable Elijah Muhammad the knowledge of Allah, the knowledge of God and his self-creation from the atom of life. He gave the Honorable Elijah Muhammad the knowledge of all nations, how all nations got here, the right foods to eat to sustain life. Allah came to us in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, and he gave the Honorable Elijah Muhammad universal law. This law is universal truth that governs the creation. Okay? As we have seen over the years, we have seen many religious figures fall. Okay, we've seen the fall of Yasser Arafat. We've seen the fall of Saddam Hussein. We've seen the fall of Gaddafi. We've seen the fall of the prior Pope of Rome. We see the fall of all these big religious figures. I mean, there's a great shaking that's going on in the land. Okay, He, Allah, God is shaking the foundation of all these different religions. The foundation is being shaken. Okay, He, Allah, has to just shake loose the false ideologies. I mean the false religious doctrines, because what we're dealing with is falsehood, man. You know, the knowledge that these different religious sets give us is not in accord with universal order. It's not in accord with the law, universal law as given to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So He, Allah, God, has brought a great shaking in the land. There's a great shaking in the land. Okay? This great shaking has brought about war. I mean, revolution all over the world now. Okay, we've seen the fall of Baghdad. I mean, we seeing war in Afghanistan. Okay, we're seeing all this North Korea that you know have their missiles aimed at America. We seeing Iran can't get along with Israel. We seeing Russia is spying on the United States. All this chaos and confusion that's going on in the world. All this you know what I'm saying, insinuations of war that's going on in the world is due to the shaking the shaking of the foundation of all these nations, all these different religions. The foundation is being shaken right now because the baby is about to come to the birth. Universal order is about to come to the forefront. Okay, so in order for the universal law to govern the universe and take control of the land and be the law of the land, all ideologies got to be destroyed. All false and fake ideologies and religious doctrines got to be destroyed in order for universal order, the universal law to govern the universe, take its place as the law of the land. Okay, this great burning, this spiritual burning that's taking place, I mean, it's at our doors right now. It's at the doors of the Nation of Islam right now. Okay, Allah is I'm just an instrument that's being used. Okay, I'm just a servant of Allah. I'm just an instrument that's being used to bring divine understanding, divine knowledge to the people of what Allah want the people to know. I mean, I'm just being used as the instrument. I mean, a lot of people, don't like what I do, don't like what I say, but it's in the will of Allah for me to say what I'm saying. This is what Allah want me to present to the people. Allah always uses a vessel to channel itself through, to channel the knowledge through to bring to the people. Okay, Allah has chosen me to bring divine understanding to the people of what He want the people to know. I mean, one day, like January, I think it was December, January, when I walked outside my door, I seen this big round, looked like a earth, but it was all red. It went up in the sky maybe about 50 miles. Then it dropped down in the twinkling of an eye. Okay, that was my sign right there, for me to propagate the word to the people. I mean, propagate. Allah chose me to propagate what He want the people to know. Okay, shortly after that, I ran across one of the 24 elders. One of the 24 elders of Islam. He threw me up a sign. Okay, he showed me a sign. He threw me up a sign. Okay, to let me know that what I'm doing. There's a power that's backing me. Okay, so it ain't no stopping Top Cat Productions, man. So you just wasting your time. Okay, whoever don't like what I'm saying or what I'm doing, I mean, you're wasting your time. You can muster up your army, put your hitman on the roof. You roll in your tanks, scrap on your breaking downs. It ain't no stopping me, man. I got 7 powers that protects me going in and coming out. I don't need a shield when I say a speech. I don't need bodyguards. I don't need Islamic bodyguards to chauffeur me around wherever I got to go. I go as I please by myself. I don't need that. The only guard that I have is them 7 angels, those 7 powers. Okay, you got to get through them 7 doors to get to the 8th door where I stand at. Okay, as far as the Minister Louis Farrakhan, brother, you have not turned your back on Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Minister Farrakhan have not turned his back on Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Minister Farrakhan has turned his back on what Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught the people. Universal law. You have not taught universal law, Islam, from the root. You have not taught universal law as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught it to the people, man. You have not brought theology to our people, man. There's power in the theology of what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us. Okay? That power that's in the theology of what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us, of universal law, there's force and power that would have resurrected our people long time ago if you would have had brought the teachings as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad brought it to us. Okay, so as far as the Nation of Islam falling, the Nation of Islam will never fall. There's no falling in the Nation of Islam. The Nation of Islam will stand forever. But what will fall is the false hypocrites in the Nation of Islam. That's what's gonna fall. The ones that has misled our people. Okay, taught our people other than what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us. Okay, with that being said, fam, my testimony against the nations, victory speech. Okay, I brought y'all my testimony against the nations, 7 videos. July 4th, 2017. Okay, my testimony against the nations. I have got the victory, man. I was promised the victory. I have got the victory because the victory is universal law. Okay? Universal law is what I have brought to the people. Okay, that's what I tend to keep bringing to the people to wake these brothers up. It is universal law. Okay. Now, what I have here, okay, if we go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12, it says, "As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the ways of thy paths. The Lord standeth up to plead, and standeth to judge the people. The Lord will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people, and the princes thereof. For ye have eaten up the vineyard, the spoil of the poor is in your houses." Okay? "What mean ye that ye beat my people to pieces and grind the faces of the poor, said the Lord God of hosts? Moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts." Okay, now if we analyze Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12 through 17, this is referring to the hypocrites in the Nation of Islam. There's a great shaking in the land, brother. There's a great shaking in the land. And He, Allah, is going to shake the foundations of all false ideologies, all false religious doctrines, all the hypocrites within His own nation. He, Allah, God, is going to shake the foundations. The foundations are going to be shaken. This is the work of the Lord, and there's no stopping the will of Allah. Okay, He, Allah, is going to exalt His universal law and His universal truth as taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. This is the law of the land. Okay, now here's my order of demand to the Islamic world. This goes for the Nation of Islam. This goes for the 5% Nation of Islam, Sunni Islam, Orthodox Islam, Shiite Islam, all the Islamic world. There's a divine order for you to come together as one unite together and bring the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to the forefront of the Islamic world. This is not, I'm not asking you to do this. This is an order. I'm ordering all the Islamic world to come together as one Islamic nation. Okay? Put your differences to the side and come together and unite upon the one law. That's universal law of truth and righteousness as taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Okay? Bring the teachings to these black babies in America. Teach universal law out the book of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. This goes for you, Nation of Islam. This goes for all the religious figures that's in Islam. Okay? Teach the teachings. Take the teachings to the four corners of the globe, man. Starting right here in America. Nation of Islam, you take the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and you go out there with the book in your hand. Theology of Time. Message to the black man. Our Savior has arrived. Okay? Take the books and teach Islam out the books to these black babies in America. Okay? Bring no harm, no violence to nobody. Okay? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad ain't teaching violence. We're not a violent movement. Okay? Allah is the weapons of his indignation is what's going to end it all. Okay? And it ain't no stopping Allah because he created it all. Okay? Bring no violence, no harm to nobody. Teach the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad straight out the book to these black babies, man. Whether they listen, whether they hear or not, they'll know that a prophet of Allah has been among them. Okay? This is my order. I'm not asking you to do this. I'm telling you to do this. This is an order. Okay? Those that will not comply with this order that I am giving to the Islamic world, okay? The luxury that you're living, okay? All this money that you have accumulated off the ignorance of our people, okay? We're going to see, can we loosen that up a little bit? Huh? We're gonna see. I'm gonna see if we can shake that up a little bit. Okay? In addition to that, when the angels of Allah and the coming of his glory get here, I will be a witness against you to bring the wrath of Allah down on you. Okay? I'm going to be a witness against you. I'm going to testify against you at the coming of the glory of Allah. I'm going to be that witness. I'm going to be a witness against you. And I'm going to ask Allah, and I'm going to have a long talk with Allah that he make your life a little, okay? So now, this is my testimony against the nations. Victory speech. Universal law is going to get the victory. It's time for the victory of Allah. Time for the victory of Allah. Now this is what I want you to do. I want to see you 5%ers, you Nation of Islam. I want to see your work on Facebook. I want to see your work on Instagram. Okay? Send me a link of your work. Okay? Bring your work to the forefront, man. Okay? All you Islamic figures in the Nation of Islam. I don't care who you are. bring your work to Facebook, man. Take the books of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I want you to go out there on the street corners to them black babies out there in America. Take the books and teach Islam out the books of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Word for word. Add nothing to it, take nothing away. Okay? This is order. As for you Sunni Islam, as for you Shiite Islam, I want to see y'all unite. I want to see relations with the Nation of Islam as taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I want to see y'all reach out and come and negotiate an agreement with the Nation of Islam. Okay? Teach Islam as taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Okay? Bring the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to Iran, to Iraq, to the Middle East, to Mecca, all the way to Africa. I want to see the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad all over the globe, to the four corners of the earth. That go for you, Sunni Islam. That go for you, Shiite Islam. That go for you, Sufi Islam. I want to see you unite with the Nation of Islam and bring Islam to this earth as taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the universal law, the universal order that governs this earth. This is what I want to see. And if I don't see it, because you don't have much time to do it, and if I don't see it, I'm going to seek in how Allah bring the wrath down on you. Okay? I'm going to see if we can shake loose some of them quarters and dollars and that luxury that you're living. Okay? Okay? Because I have met one of the 24 elders. I have already met one of the 24 elders who threw me up a sign. He threw me up a sign, okay? Okay? This is my testimony against the nations, victory speech, in order of demand to the Islamic world. Facebook fam, this concludes my testimony against the nations, victory speech. In order of demand to the Islamic world. I want y'all brothers to know we're on a journey through time as we rise into a righteous regime, a heaven high in the mind with 7 righteous kings, with no more time to shine and flash your whites and blings, because in due time we climb, we letting righteous reign. We're letting knowledge be born in the streets of the NYC. We're blasting off like a storm, fulfilling knowledge to decree. To the MIA, we bringing knowledge straight up to the Bangam. Now let your peace increase deep in the city of angels. Want you Facebook fam, y'all keep on. All my brothers and sisters, I want y'all to keep on keeping on. We at the end of time right now, you know, and just got to keep on keeping on, you know. I mean, you know, the times that we're living in is so serious right now. We're living in troublous times right now, you know. But among all the darkness that's going on in the world, there's a light. At the end of all this darkness, there's a light. That's universal truth and order. The law of Islam, which is the victory over all religions. The universal law of truth that's taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. With that being said, Facebook fam, keep on.